Moshe is a peled gazach. What is a greater madrega, tsaddik or tamim? Anybody. What is a greater madrega? To be a tsaddik or to be a tamim? So Rav Moshe says, tsaddik means you make mistakes. Wherever you find the lashon of tsaddik, there's a mistake. Ain't tsaddik ba'aretz asher yaseh tov v'lo. When your Zayda said to you, tzaddiko, come here. What did that mean? It didn't veer well, right? It usually meant, uh-oh, you're in trouble. When he called you tzaddiko, your father said, tzaddiko, come here. That usually was a sign of lashon sagina. Tamim means you're complete. Tamim means you're great. Tamim means that you make absolutely no mistake whatsoever. Okay? So, says Rav Moshe, so what does it say? Noach, what does it say first? Tzaddik, does it say first tamim? Meir, which one says first? What does it say? Right? Does it say first tzaddik, or first says first tzaddik? Then it says tamim. Tzaddik, tamim. But if tamim is greater than tzaddik, why does it say, why do we first define him with the lower level, then the higher level? So Rav Moshe says a davar pella. He says, if you're going to try it, if you have a connection with others, you're going to come into your room at night, and you're going to say, I am all alone, don't bother me, no one talk to me, I have my room, no one come within dalat amos of my bed, no such people, get in, I close the lights, and that's it, I have nothing to do with anybody. You can be a tamim. If you want to be a tzaddik, that means you come into your room, and you sit down, and you're schmoozing with your friends a little bit, and you say, guys, let's keep the music down, let's try to wake up for Shacharis, okay? What do you got to do that before you go to sleep? Come on. Here, let me show you a nice, why don't we work on this Tvat Torah together? Let's put it out every day, okay? A tzaddik means you want to have an effect, a positive effect in someone else. Says Rav Moshe, it's a murdik yisai. You want to have a positive effect in someone else, you're going to make mistakes. Someone's going to tell you, would you bug off? You're going to say, don't you scream at me. Or you're going to say, trying to help him, is what he does. You're going to make mistakes. That's how it is. A tzaddik makes mistakes because you're trying to be mashpia on others. A tamim doesn't make mistakes. He's on his own. A tamim may be greater than a tzaddik. But Noach said, Hashem would rather I be a tzaddik that makes mistakes than a tamim who doesn't make mistakes. Right? What's more important? What's less important? There's this big thing between Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, right? Who's the richest man in the world? So Amazon, right? Amazon stock plummeted. So for a short while, Gates was more, right? So imagine, right, Mr. Bezos coming down and going, looking at the newspaper. Slami looks at the newspaper. No, I don't think he has a computer. Gates has the computer, right? And he goes, what? They went down $10 billion. I'm not the richest man in the world. All I have is 30 million rats. You know what I mean? You never had that Agmas Nefesh, did you? Baruch Hashem, you see, you're so lucky. You have no idea, right? We don't have that problem. Where are we on this world? You want to be mashpia to others? Or do you want to lock yourself into a corner and say, I am aloof? Even if you say, says Rav Moshe, I'm aloof in Ruchnius. Come on, all these people in the Beis Medrash. They don't learn with the amkis that I learn. Coming into shul, they don't daven the way I daven. Okay, maybe you're a tamim. But you're not a tzaddik. A tzaddik is someone that's intertwined with someone else. Tzaddik wants to care for someone else. A tzaddik is involved in someone else. Tzaddik cares. Someone told me he went with a little girl. She was a 5-year-old girl, and she gave shalom to her Shlomo Zalman. So a tamim would say, don't touch a girl's hand. Shlomo Zalman put his hands in his pocket and took out a few pieces of chocolate and dropped it into her hands. She was very happy that she got that instead of his hand. A tzaddik thinks differently. Tamim is a much bigger madrega. Tzaddik is a greater madrega. So the Chassam Sofer says that all of the Shiva Royim all made mistakes. Right? Avraham Avinu made mistakes, right? Whatever the mistake was. The Ramban says going to Mitzrayim was a chait. Yitzchak made mistakes. Everyone made mistakes. Yitzchak was considered, took a bride from Esav. He took right? Yaakov Avinu made mistakes, so he married 2 wives, and this, he didn't give Maisvus right away. Moshe Rabbeinu was the chet name, Meriva, Moshe and Aaron, and Yosef Tzaddik, right? Made mistakes, the Lashon Hara at the beginning, and David made the mistakes, the chet of They all made mistakes. Did anyone not make a mistake? The Gemara says in Bava Basra, 4, there we go, 4 died be'etya shel nachash. There were 4 people that died only because of the Cheretz Adas, no mistake whatsoever. Who were the 4? Anyone? Yishai, correct. Shmuel, yes. Oh, Meir, I'm sorry, yes. Yishai ben Yamin, Klaev, the son of the right, and 4th one was Klaev was David's son. Yishai, right. The 4th one was Binyamin, son of Amram. Right. Amram, Binyamin, Klaev, and Yishai. 4 people, no hate whatsoever. Perfect record. Absolutely perfect. 100%. Perfect record. And all the Shiva Royim made mistakes. Fragt dich some sofer, I don't understand. You open up your siddur, we'll be davening Marav soon, and we say, Elokei Avram, Elokei Yitzchak, Elokei Yaakov. Look around in your sukkah where the Yishpizin, Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov. I don't understand. 4 walls of the sukkah. It should be, one wall should be Amram, the other Yishai, the other Binyamin, the other Kloiv. They made no mistakes. You should start Yishmanesli. Baruch Atah Hashem, Elokei Yishai, Elokei Binyamin, Elokei, why the Avos? And the answer is, says the Chassam Sofer, that these 4 lived relatively isolated lives. They were able to go through their whole life without a mistake. You're out there teaching Klal Yisrael. You're out there fighting for Klal Yisrael. You're going to make mistakes. You're dealing with people, you're going to make mistakes. If you have a real marriage, you're going to make mistakes. Real relationships have mistakes. Real meaningful relationships. So they made mistakes because they were intertwined with people. But who does the Kadosh Baruch Hu really love? The tsaddik or the tamim? The Kadosh Baruch Hu likes the tsaddik, that makes the mistake.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.